TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. It's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sun.
Justin Tucker.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
28-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jones. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. And the Ravens first down.
Now it's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to Dobbins on first. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On the play.
Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Jackson sacked.
Competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They run the toss with Dobbins. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Jackson from the shotgun. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
Nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
24-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
He may try and run for this. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
A gain of 16 yards. And a Raven first down.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Field.
Number 32, the ball.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Complete to J.K. Dobbins. A gain of 3.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the option, Jackson will keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Ravens 3.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw is Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Throwing again, Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
And now out come the Jags. Now Jones on 1st down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Jones on 3rd and 2. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
But give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Back on the option.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
C.J. Henderson on the tackle.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Tucker now to add the point after.
The extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. On 2nd down and 4, Jones. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Sacked.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 36.
One of the selling points of the in route is against a quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd and 1.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he'll go down at the 28. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 4 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Leonard Fournette. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we'll put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. His 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again, Jones. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And he will find his man on the outside. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the visiting Niners who are able to come away with the road victory. 24-21, the final score. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 35-23 was the final. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. 20-14, the final score. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Jackson running again.
First down and more for Jackson. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 33 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't
lost.
work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
And the lead will grow by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, Jones. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact. Sets up.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
41. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's
from the gun on third down, Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Jackson going to run.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the night, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Laviska Shenault
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Jones now operating from the gun. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
On the carry for
well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Number 32.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
from the gun. Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Now Jones. Off play action. And incomplete on the deep ball. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. He was covered.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
On the play.
From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Miles Jack. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option.
40-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go. We're all right. Just call the call. We're going to play it. Come on now.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
At their own 32.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Jones throwing on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Tucker now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
Here's Jones throwing after the interception. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Jones, he'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Operating from the gun. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Jones. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6 yards pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 47-yard line.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Jackson on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
48. Jaguars 22.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one, but let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Delay of game, offense.
Come on, dog!
And that'll set him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
And it's 3rd down.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Thank you.